everybody, how are you? It's Jay Victoria, walking around New York. I know that I do most of my videos, or pretty much all of them, in my apartment, and so I thought, why not show you a glimpse of my actual life? So I'm walking along in Soho right now. The city is pretty loud, okay, but then it quiets down. And look, it's just like gorgeous stuff everywhere. Like, I love just walking around. I try to encourage myself to go out as much as I can, just to like experience the vibes of the city, the energy. If you've ever been to New York, you know it's a lot of frequencies, you know, and so I like to almost like pick up codes or energies in different neighborhoods, different places, different things going on in the city. The reason I'm going to Soho is because I actually had like a vision that I should walk around here. And what street am I on? Oh my lord. There's a lot of streets. All right, that's what data is for. That's what I use it mostly for, is maps. So I talk a lot about feminine energy, you know, and one thing that happens when you start to get more present, that's the first thing you need to do to build feminine energy. If you're not present, honey, you're not gonna get, not just receiving. I think most of the time we're like, I'm gonna receive money. That can be a positive benefit of having your feminine activated, yes. But you also really importantly receive ideas and like next steps. And so I actually received this code or next step to walk around Soho, and they don't always make sense. I was like, why? But I decided today I'm gonna do it, and you don't know why, but there's always a reason. So maybe there's some kind of code for me to pick up or idea. We'll see. So I'm heading to Bond Street because the vision I had was like around here. One of my favorite spots is the Goop store, I have to be honest. I do like a Goop. Here it is. All right, we're gonna go in and see Gwyneth Paltrow. So that was very fun. You can like try all these products or like try a bunch of stuff. I've gone there for a few years now, so they know me, which is also very fun. Heading back to where I live. I live in Manhattan, which I feel so fortunate. About that. It was my dream for about 10 years of my life to live in New York, and I wanted to come here and do comedy, and there's a specific job that I want to do here. And when I talk about my energy work and all of that, I was my first client, you guys. I was the #1 energy queen client because I created it. That was kind of like the test for me before I even worked with people. It was like, will this work on myself? Like, can I actually like take myself out of my situation, which I don't like, through not just action, but through energy work, through clearing my energy? Like, will that actually be the difference? And it really was. And I'm still amazed I'm here 6 years later. Of course, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort, and building a business is a lot of effort that I didn't really know how much effort it was going to be, but it all adds up. Yeah, maybe I'll sit down and tell you more of my story. Oof, found a cute little bench. I basically was in Canada for my whole life, pretty much, and I ended up going to journalism school, and I was like trying to be a journalist, and I was like so depressed. I couldn't make journalism work. I didn't like it. So when people talk about like how much they hate their lives and the before picture of your life, like the before and after, if you're in the before, like I get it. I was there, and I was really committed. I became like just so committed to getting out of that, just finding a way, because in my 20s I had survived a life-threatening illness, chronic Lyme disease. And I just felt like I didn't survive that to live mediocre. Like, I really didn't feel like I had much to lose, because it's like when you get to that point in your life and you live, you're like, well, I'm not afraid, you know, I'm not as afraid. So I just was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I knew I needed Jesus. I knew that I could not do it without the power of the resurrection. I knew that. And so he ended up really leading me and teaching me, and that part's hard to explain, but it was my guidance, and every day I got so much guidance. So damn loud sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, I got guidance, real guidance and real training, and I took a chakra balancing class, and in the class I started to see energy blocks. I started to see negative energy, and I started taking it out, and people's problems that I worked on just went away. And it really amazed me that that was possible, to remove childhood trauma, to remove fear. And so I looked at my own life and I went like, well, what's stopping me from moving to New York? It's fear disguised as fact, and fear is never fact. And so, but I knew that also it's hard for me to take action because I'm afraid. So I needed to remove the fear and then take action. And so that's what I do still with my clients. It's like, you can't expect yourself to, like, when people are like, just go for it. It's like, sometimes you can't. I mean, you always can, but sometimes it's like you're really held back by things that are literally inside of you. And that can make it harder. And the other major discovery I made was that your energy creates what happens in your life. So if you want a more positive life, what feels positive to you, for me, that was living in New York, having things work out. I needed to have a more positive frequency inside. So the more I cleared fear in my energy as challenges came up, things actually would work out in my life and problems would get solved. So it was like this really practical approach to life that has worked and that I use now to help clients do the same. So that was fun. I hope you enjoyed seeing a glimpse of New York City and the beautiful summer weather. I'm gonna head back home now. Bye.